I'm going to need an intro music for this. Hey everyone, it's JD again, host of your People Drink Words podcast, introducing you to Still Not People Drink Words. Welcome back to Maybe Daily, the podcast that came out today but might not come out tomorrow or the day after. Who knows? Yeah, so yesterday, episode 1, surprisingly, people listened to it. Well, no video support for people to check out, but there'll be one today. I double checked that I actually pressed the recording button. Right. So, hope you're doing well. Hope you're surviving that whole lockdown thing and that you don't get as upset as I am with the stupid out there. But moving away from that, actually not moving away from that, turns out you've tried to report someone to the police. Not that I have, but not that I wouldn't, for breaching the whole social distancing thing. Of staying home, going for groceries, essential work, or, just essential outings, not just chill to go and smoke cigarettes in the street, right? People feel enticed to compare you to those nice collaborators from the 1940s, throwing things like, "You would have snitched on Anne Frank, you bastard." I'm like, who knew? I mean, I can understand most people that think that they wouldn't give her out to the Nazis. Oh yes, I need to give some context. So we know about Anne Frank through that Diary of a Young Girl, I think, book, which is basically a compilation of her notes that she took while she spent 2 years hiding from Nazis in in an attic, right? So, of course, took a lot of courage for that family to, I don't even know if it was family, but I'm guessing that had to be some sort of family structure that took her in and decided to hide her in this attic. And I've seen, I think that was from a tweet from that comedian, Patton Oswalt, basically comparing what's happening now with what happened to her. Because I guess he got tired, as most people can be, that one would complain about the current situation. We're here, chilling home, watching Netflix, lucky enough sometimes to work and not, fear for our lives, as in Nazis will knock on the door, go through the house and search, find you. We're just basically chilling. It's more or less an extended holiday, and you happen to work more often than you would on a holiday, right? It's true that it's hard. It's good to put things back in perspective. Like, okay, it sucks. What's happening today is not great, and we all want to get out of it as soon as possible, which won't happen as long as people keep going outside for no reason to smoke or some bullshit like that, right? But then if you think, all right, I'm home. I can get food delivered to my place. I can get groceries picked up for me and brought here. Anything that I need, just a couple clicks away. Thanks to software engineers, Shout out to my people. My people. That's the thing. Well, so yeah, everything can be accessed without us needing to leave our house. And I know that it's not everyone necessarily can be able to get an Ocado or order through. Actually, I got a Ocado account, and they put some sort of priority thing in place, so I actually can't order anything from Ocado, which, it's cool. Just find another place to order from. Might cost a bit more, might cost a bit less. But in the end, I'm not risking my life staying here. I'm just hanging out, free to talk some shit on a podcast that surprisingly some people listen to still, despite the lack of guest or duration or whatever. So that, thanks for all listeners for checking it out. That I feel it. Right. So back to Anne Frank. Yes. So he was putting things back in perspective, saying that, all right, it sucks. You gotta be locked inside. But you get Netflix. You have internet. You can literally do whatever you want. You can hold a guitar and learn how to play. You can play League of Legends with some friends. And I gotta think about that. Probably I'll mention it later or another day. And it's definitely the best time humanity has ever known to have to stay indoors. Delivery is a thing. No, we don't need to leave the house unless we have to go and work as a delivery person, obviously, or a doctor, because you kind of have to save the people. That's the whole point of that whole stay home thing. It's stay home so that doctors are not overwhelmed, so they can save as many people as possible, and not end up in situations like you could witness in Lombardy, but in Italy, where they already have to pick who lives and who dies, like who gets care and who does not, because the system is overwhelmed. And from what I heard, it's a pretty developed system, even compared to what's here. So I'm like, wow, if they're getting fucked because they weren't prepared, imagine what's coming here if people keep going out. Because I'm hearing already, well, not just hearing, reading about an outline to relax the social distancing rules, when really, it, I guess most people stuck to it, but I don't know that it's enough that can already think about an exit strategy within the next months. Like, well, next couple of months. Yeah, something like from May to June feels early, but hey, maybe it's just time to roll the dice. Roll the dice, see what happens, who lives, who dies, and who just stays to hang around. And well, yeah, basically people that hang around are the people that can just survive the disease without big further impact. The problem is, actually, it's not just that. But yeah, the problem is, I was going to say that we don't know that is. So originally, hold came from that whole. Only old people are affected. Nobody needs to care. No, like everyone. Well, we should have cared when old people and the weaker people in general could be affected. But now it's catching more people's attention that it can touch anyone, and we don't see nor understand why nor how it affects people. So the only thing that I heard that seems to hold some sort of substance is that the more exposed you are to the virus, the more it destroys you when you catch it, which makes the doctors and nurses and stuff much more vulnerable than any of us staying home right now. Well, them and the people that keep going out to clap doctors and nurses on bridges. Different. Yeah, see, some definitely won't deserve getting sick from this thing. Others won't cry if they do. Right, I got lost. Anne Frank. Anne Frank, yes. So, basically not that bad. Just chill. There's no Nazis coming around to throw us in on trains to Gas City. So life is pretty good. And I think it's good that people around you remind you that, yeah, it sucks. It's gonna pass and we'll be fine. But overall, we'll be fine. Of course, I'm talking about people that get touched directly or the family that lose loved ones. And I got cousins whose mom passed away. Well, I wasn't close to them at all. But I can still feel to some extent that loss, right? So I'm not gonna be one to judge like how people react to the situation as long as they were touched by it. And I feel like a lot of the whole ignorance and false information thrown around about the virus, or you really want to go chill on the beach or in the park because it's sunny out there. I feel like it's people that weren't affected by it yet. And maybe they're waiting for that to happen to them or somebody that they care about before they start thinking on whether they should go out or not, on how important it is for them to go and take out this pack of cider, crack one, chill under the sun. Maybe they think about it twice. But enough about Europe. Let's shift to Africa. So I've been on the phone with all my sisters that flew to Cameroon just before that whole COVID thing started. And now, what she's talking about, she's fine. She got her place, so she's cool. She's just hanging out. And she was telling me that, well, there are very different rules than what we have here. So basically, they're super lax on anything that happens before 6 p.m. Basically, you do whatever you want. You just hang out, you do your life, you're invited to stay home, but you don't have to. However, if you're out after 6, you get fucked up. If you have actually that's the thing, restaurants and shit, they can remain open as much as they want, but they need to be closed by 6. Otherwise, they can get their license taken away or shop closed for a few months, which I think, great. But that'd be way better if the government would say, don't open. How about don't open at all? Everybody goes home, keep essential shops open, not barbers and bars. As much as I enjoy bars, but not barbers, as you can see. I don't think that they're essential to the point where it should put people's lives in danger. Just some words from a random guy in London, so nobody got to listen to that. So yeah, I was just telling her, like, well, I don't see the point of letting people do whatever they want and say, oh, at 6 p.m., go home. Go home. The virus is going to spread. It's definitely going to spread more at 6 than at 4 because reasons. So yeah, anytime before 6, the virus is just chilling. It's going to the beach and it's coming out only at 6 p.m. What you doing? What are you doing this? Just close it all. Close it all. Leave hospitals, shops that sell essential food and stuff. Leave those open. Close the rest. And I know there's not as many cases, well, at least not as many cases reported as you can see here in Europe or in some other countries. But still, we've seen examples around here of countries that didn't go hard enough and are paying the price now, and now we get to be in lockdown for an indeterminate amount of time, right? Even though there's rumors about June, but that's not happening. Forget about it. Well, they're still less lax than we were a few months ago, but it feels too lax compared to where oh Jesus Christ, my brain's tired. Compared to where things might end up being. Right, my brain's tired. It's still late. It's like 7 to 8 to record the podcast. So yeah, that's just take on Africa. And actually, let's not leave Africa just yet. Recently, Jared was telling me about that, showing me actually, about that meme that's been getting warmer and warmer over the past few weeks with somebody who's in a previous situation, like, walking on a rooftop and they're about to trip. And the video cuts. And then you hear that music hit, like something like that, some random shit. And then you see those casket guys just dancing with a casket, like whoop, whoop, whoop. I don't know why. That seems so stupid, but it just makes me cry open. I'm just going crying, dying, laughing, whatever cool kids say these days. It's amazing. I'm actually going to share the link with the episodes of the Instagram page she showed me. There's tons of these. It's amazing. And actually, I heard a bit more about them recently. So like, there's been some news articles, basically, doing that important journalism work of finding out where the meme comes from. So it's from like those Ghanaian pallbearers that offer like to send people off in style, to some choreography and dancing and posing with the casket, which seems to go well most of the time. They dance, everybody's having a great time. They love that their loved one are sending off with all the swag, just take all of it and send them away with it. It's great. It's really amazing. And that guy who created that thing in Ghana created hundreds of jobs from what I understood. So, good on you. Sorry I couldn't find your name because when I was Googling about this, I could only find the memes. But I'll attach if I can find it later on. Right? That's only a daily podcast, short amount of time spent recording. So it's really minimal effort here, just so you know, guys. So don't be surprised, like on the lowering research quality and shit. So yeah, good meme. More positive note to hand up on Africa, so I'm not annoyed by what I just said. And what else do we have before we close this? Yeah, on last episode I was asking to you, the audience, but also to me, just to the universe. How do you do? The people that try to date someone new or like to go on Tinder and all these things. Well, surprisingly, I got an answer this morning when I woke up. Through Apple News, there was a Cosmopolitan article about how there was actually a surge in registration and activity on dating apps. Turns out, people are using their bonus times with their girlfriend, wives, lover, whatever, to find someone else. Yeah, surprisingly, instead of getting closer together, some people choose to stop cheating, which I'm like, wait a second, what's the point? You can't even meet. I know, actually they get creative, they do some, well, you know what they do, just they're creative with Skype calls and stuff. Well, you don't need to wait. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. You're adults. If you listen, well, it's an explicit podcast, you better be fucking adults if you're listening to it. Boom, saying fuck. If you're a child, actually, if you're a parent, that is your child, listen to this. You're at fault for your child hearing fuckity, fuckity, fuckity done. Boom. You ruined your child. Well done, parent. Right. So where was I? Yes, Tinderella. But yeah, people cheating using those dating apps. But I guess it's not just people cheating, so other people that just try to date and to meet people. And there's that whole dance of getting to know each other and all this stuff. It's not just about sex. But I'm surprised that even people that just about sex find ways to work around it with just video calls with people that they just met. And chances are, bunch of catfish blackmail videos are gonna come out. Just watch this space, guys. It's gonna happen. Like, oh yeah, give me some nice little visuals or on that Skype call. You have that girl's gonna just show herself, and that guy is gonna put some webcam feed, behaving as if it was himself. Recall the girl called her, oh, by the way, I'm gonna call your parents now. I guess that's a nice version of it. So yeah, be careful, people, if you go out there showing yourselves on videos and stuff. Yeah, you do whatever you want, it's your body, it's your choices, etc. But be mindful that not everyone is going to be as nice as you might be out there. That's it. Do I have a positive note to finish on? Well, you can still date online in this time where you have to get stuck indoors. So I guess that's a plus. And I am gonna end on this dating note, this second episode of Maybe Daily, a People Drink Words podcast. Yeah, I'm just gonna roll like that. Hope you enjoy your next day, guys, and peace.